So today we have another great man in front of Dining Icons audience. He's a great reviewer, great critics, James Suckling. I think everybody knows you, right?
I don't know.
Well, at least I know you. And
Okay,
a lot of my friends know you.
That's a good start.
So thanks for
Thank
your...
you.
Yeah,
Great to be here.
yep. And I think this is my second time to see you because I was in the Great One of Italy
That's right.
last year in December,
That's
if
right.
my memory is correct.
So now we're on Bordeaux. So.
Yeah. So, first, you have been named recently as the Robert Parker II. How do you see this thing? Is it an honor for you, or how do you feel your comment towards that?
I guess, well, Robert Parker and I actually started out tasting wine about the same time, but I'm actually 11 years younger than Bob. So maybe it's just, you're following a line of succession. I have over 30 years experience of being a wine taster. So I think that's great that people say I'm the next in line. But also what's been important to me is probably I don't want to be completely compared to Robert Parker because what I'm trying to do is communicate about wine in a different way. It's not just about points.
Yes.
It's also about experiencing it. And that's why I decided to do these great wines events like Italy, like Bordeaux. Because what's important is you can read what I write, you can see my score out of 100 points, but at the same time it's great to actually taste the wine, talk to the winemaker, and understand the quality of the wine yourself. It's just like if you've been listening to music on your iPod or whatever, and then you get the chance to go to actually to a concert and hear it live. That's what I'm trying to do here with these events.
Well, for me, being a wine lover, of course, I love this kind of events, and also to meet you and also wine lovers, winemakers, because for us, maybe we will not be that free. In Hong Kong, how hardworking we are.
Yeah.
So not many people are able to go through all the internet and read all the stories about the winemakers.
No, it's important.
Yeah. So you have been traveling a lot in the rest of the world, and Asia being as the most emerging market in the world now. How do you see this market in the future, and also what is the difference between Asia and the rest of the more mature market in the world?
Well, for me, for example, I've been living in Hong Kong now for 2 years. I have an apartment in Central, and I also have my normal houses in Italy. But I'm spending more time here in Asia than actually in Europe. I'm normally in Europe where I need to taste wines, but otherwise I'm here in Asia. And Hong Kong is such a dynamic market. In Asia is such an interesting place, and it's really a market of drinkers. In the sense that people love drinking wine. When they're talking about collecting wine, they're collecting wine to drink.
Yeah.
Americans, me being American, bought wines for collecting, but then they had a collection, and they didn't actually drink the wines.
They just show it there.
Yeah, and I think that that's the big difference because an Asian, if he has a great bottle of wine and he has someone important coming to see them, it's great face. It's really important to serve that wine to someone. And that's what I love about the market, is that it's a market full of drinkers, passionate people who have excellent palates too, because of the diversity in Asian cuisine.
That's true, that's true. So now the price, I think generally, it has been going up and up, especially recent 3-4 years. So do you think the market is a little bit more saturated with the pricing, and how do you see especially for the wine?
I think that what you're seeing now is actually prices have come down recently because prices went too high, particularly on young vintages like 2010 and 2009. For the top wines, they became too expensive and the demand went down, so prices have gone down. I think that there'll still be a general trend for very expensive wines to come down in price. But the other thing is, if you're a wine lover, it's never been a better time to drink wine than now, because there's so many great values out there. For example, at our event today, There's some Bordeaux that you can taste today that are 150 Hong Kong, 200 Hong Kong, that are wines that I gave 90, 91 points. And that's what's so exciting about Bordeaux. Sometimes we think Bordeaux, it's expensive wine, but actually the expensive wines are a tiny percentage, maybe 1 or 2% of the entire production of Bordeaux. Bordeaux actually probably represents the best value in wine.
Of course, it's the most famous region in the world. Even no matter my friends who are not drinking wine, they know Bordeaux.
Exactly.
So you are now creating more like value for money events, right?
Exactly. That was the idea of this event, was I wanted wines that were ready to drink, that people could try and say, wow, I really like that, and then they'll say, I'm going to go and buy some. Because a lot of other wine events, they're showing the most recent vintage.
Yeah, like 2009, 2010.
Yeah, or 11. And
Yeah.
these are wines that aren't ready to drink.
Yep.
So the consumer, you taste and you have to say, oh yeah, well, it's very difficult to judge.
Yep.
This you taste and you understand. That was my concept. It was about affordable drinkability and also luxury. And that's why there's this event on Bordeaux.
Okay, there's a very popular master of wine recently has been saying, well, if I drink one wine from one region, then I will know what exactly is happening in that region or what is happening in that country. So do you think, is it like all wines are the same now, and like even the rest of the world, like Australia or Spain, they are like more copying Bordeaux style?
I think that Bordeaux is very, very unique because of the climate there. And they tend to make wines with lower alcohol and higher acidity. And it's very hard for other areas in the world to duplicate that. So I would say that's not true at all. Even in Bordeaux, every wine's so very different because of its different soils, microclimates, styles of winemaking. So I would say that sure, there's a globalization in the world of particular styles of wine, particularly high alcohol wines, very fruit forward, fruity wines. But Bordeaux still makes a unique style of wine because of that fresh acidity. Because the weather is very marginal there. It's not always sunny all the time, like in Australia or California, where they make richer, higher alcohol wines. So I would disagree with that.
Okay, that's good. So one very last question, because you have been having great wine of Italy and great wine of Bordeaux, would there be other great wine series in the future?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that we might do great wines of Australia, we might do great wines of Spain, we might even do great port wines.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, there's lots of different ideas I have because there's so much great wine out there in the world right now. And I just want to bring them here to Hong Kong, which for me is really the center of the universe right now for fine wine.
That's good.
So.
Then we being Hong Kongers will be benefit with that. I'm really looking forward
Great.
for this kind of great wine series.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks
again.
James. Today
Okay.
I know the event is going to start,
Great.
so hope to have more great wines and more news from you.
Great, thanks
okay,
again.
Thank you.